to my brain, my heart, sports talk with Mike. So a couple things that I want to speak about before I dive into my episode. One, Kobe Bryant suffered a season-ending Achilles tear last night against the Golden State Warriors. Will Kobe be back for the playoffs? You don't know. It's Kobe Bryant. That's the thing about Kobe Bryant. You have no idea how long he's going to be out. A simple finger injury could keep him out for 3 weeks, but he could break his leg and be back the very next day. He's very hard to predict. We don't know if somehow, with some miracle, maybe he gets healthy enough to make it to the playoffs. I have no idea, but I know I'm shaking because even though the Lakers won last night, they need Kobe Bryant. Unless Steve Nash and Dwight Howard and Paul Gasol, they all form a better alliance than with Kobe Bryant. But I need Black Mamba. He's my main. Also, Jose Reyes of the Toronto Blue Jays, the most injury-plagued team in major sports. Very unlucky. He goes in for a slide, catches, I believe it was his right ankle, and just, it's awkward. I mean, the man was in severe pain. He had tears. And when a man cries from an injury, there's two reasons why. One, that mother hurts. He's in a lot of pain. And two, he feels like he's letting his team down. And that's hard for a man too, because he wants to play for his team, and that's what Jose Reyes is. He's a teammate. He doesn't want to let his team down. Tiger Woods is on the verge of being disqualified. On the 15th hole, he hit a shot. It ringed off the pin, rolled down the slope into the water. He had two options. One, drop it in the drop area, or go back to where the original shot was. He didn't like the drop area, so he goes back to where the first shot, his third shot was taken, but he admitted that he dropped it about 2 yards back. Now, rules stipulate that that's illegal, so it's possible he might be disqualified. Now, I'm making this video a bit earlier today. I'm under the weather, but I'm feeling a bit better right now, so I want to get it done right now. Also, I have a lot of things to do movie-wise with my kids today. The Mighty Ducks trilogy, Little Giants, and A Bug's Life. So I felt to do it now. So right now, as of right now, he's not disqualified. It's being reviewed. So by the time you watch this, he might have been disqualified, or he might be in the clear. Also, the 14-year-old Wang, he made the cut. So that's good news. Even though he was dinged for slow play, I think that was just ridiculous to do that to a 14-year-old. Other people, they take their sweet-ass time. Maybe not like as much as him, but I've seen him pretty long and they haven't even gotten a warning. So, I think it's a conspiracy. They don't want, the PGA Tour does not want all the attention on this 14-year-old kid because they want Tiger Woods, the face of the PGA Tour, of golf, to really get his face up there again. They want him to be the man of golf, and without Tiger Woods having his face up there, it's going to be all the information, everything they're going to want to know about this 14-year-old kid. Is he the next Tiger Woods? So I can understand that. But today's episode, let's get into it. I'm going to be talking about, well, it's going to be 3 players in each sport because I always like to cover each sport. I'm going to talk about players that I always wanted on my team. Now, there's going to be 3 from each sport. 2 they weren't on my team. They might have been close to it, but another was on my team eventually, and I was so excited. Excuse me, I'm sick, remember. So first off, I'm going to kick it off. Major League Baseball. I always wanted Vladimir Guerrero on the Giants. I felt like he would have been the best player for the Giants to pick up. His bat, amazing. I just love that he could hit the ball no matter where it was. High, low, outside, inside, behind his back. This man is a beast. I felt like he would have been amazing. He would have looked incredible in a Giants uniform. That would have been the best thing for me. It never happened, but that's okay. CC Sabathia. Right now he's a pitcher for the New York Yankees. When he was a free agent, he was playing for Cleveland, was traded to Milwaukee. He was a free agent. He was seriously considering San Fran. They didn't offer him as much bucks as the New York Yankees did. but I could just see him. I mean, he grew up near San Francisco. A big man, the big belly. I feel like he's me. I feel like he was living my dream, that SOB. But I think he would have been a great addition to the Giants rotation. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he won a Cy Young. No, I don't think he won a... I think he might have came close to a Cy Young because I get excited because remembering how close the Giants came to signing him, that was just an incredible moment for me. And the last is Randy Johnson. He played about a year there for San Francisco. I was just ecstatic when they signed him. He didn't do wonders for them, but he was really there. And just to have the unit playing for the Giants was spectacular for me to watch. Every time he pitched, I made sure to watch that game. I didn't even DVR that shit. I watched it live because to watch him was just amazing. It was just a thrill. It was exciting. I loved it. Let's move over to hockey. Scott Hartnell of the Philadelphia Flyers. People are going to wonder, like, what the hell? I mean, there's so many other players out there. But Scott Hartnell, to me, he's that power forward with scoring touch. Every part of his game excites me. It really intrigues me. I love every part of it. On the ice and off the ice. His hair, it's just, he drops the gloves. He can score goals. The way that he always falls every time he's out on the ice. It's just entertaining for me. I love to have him on the Avalanche. Owen Nolan, originally drafted by the Quebec Nordiques. Played a couple of years there, went to the Sharks, played for the Maple Leafs, the Wild, Vancouver. He didn't play everywhere, but Phoenix Coyotes. I wanted him to come back with Colorado. I mean, he didn't play for Colorado. I think he played like a couple games, maybe, before he was traded. But to have him in Avalanche jersey, that was just something because I was a Nordiques fan before I was an Avalanche fan, and I went with them. So I love, like, him and Joe Sakic were my favorite players. When they shipped him out, I had to hate him. But I always wanted him back for the Avalanche. He would have been perfect because he had an attitude of confidence. He had leadership that could have really helped Colorado. Him and Joe Sakic together would have been phenomenal. Owen Nolan and Paul Kariya. He ended up playing a year for the Avalanche. It was an injury-plagued season, but he was still pretty good. His points per game were still pretty high. It was just a bad year for the Avalanche. It was like their last hurrah before the salary cap era came into play. They had guys, Paul Kariya, Timo Solani, Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg. They had a really awesome team. Patrick Waugh retired the year before, sorry. So it didn't work out, but I had him on the team and I was really excited. It was awesome because I loved watching the Mighty Ducks. I mean, that's the thing. Mighty Ducks were a big thing for me. And to see him on there, I was like, man, I want him on my team. And when it happened, it was like a boyhood dream come true. Unfortunately, they didn't win a Stanley Cup. That's what I wanted. Let's go over to the NBA. Chris Paul, formerly of the Hornets, now with the Clippers. David Stern, when he rejected that trade, when he voided that trade that would have sent Chris Paul to the Lakers, I could have punched him in the face. If he was in front of me, I would have punched him in the face. If I would have seen him for the first year, I would have punched David Stern in the face, glasses and all. I swear to God, I would have done that because Chris Paul in a Lakers uniform, I think that would have been just championship after championship as long as him and Kobe Bryant were together. I think him and Kobe Bryant are better than Steve Nash and Kobe Bryant. I love Steve Nash, but that's what I want. I think Chris Paul would have been that guy. He would have been like a bit like Magic Johnson in a way. I'm not comparing him to Magic Johnson, but in a way, Magic Johnson. Vince Carter. I loved Vince Carter when he was playing for the Raptors. Any other team after that didn't give a rat's ass. But when he was with the Raptors, I felt like he was a one-man wrecking crew, high-flying, high-entertaining, really good guy to kind of just be around, to watch. I just felt like he was clutch. To have him on the Lakers, it felt like that would have been like a Hollywood thing. Just to have him, Kobe Bryant, after Shaquille O'Neal, because him and Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter and Kobe Bryant, it just would have been like watching non-stop movies when I'm watching the games, and that would have been amazing. And then Steve Nash, he's with them right now. I did not think this was going to be possible whatsoever. I didn't think he liked the Lakers. He played for the Mavericks and Suns. Who's going to like the Lakers when he played for the Mavericks and Suns? But it happened. He's with the Lakers. Unfortunately, with Dwight Howard, there's no chemistry. Take Dwight Howard out of the equation. Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, Paul Gasol. I think that is perfect. 1, 2, 3 punch. I think that'd be amazing. Steve Nash has the ball movement. He has the vision. I love Steve Nash. Also, he needs to have the hair back. I think that is really hurting his play a bit. Moving on to the NFL. Jerry Reyes. San Francisco 49er, great. He actually signed on with the Denver Broncos. Now, he went through training camp. He wasn't feeling like he had his A game. So he retired, signed a one-day contract with the 49ers to announce his retirement. So I did see him in a Broncos uniform. Unfortunately, it wasn't during regular season. But that was actually pretty exciting for me just to see him go, not the spring training, in the preseason game. Like, just to see him in the training camp. I really enjoyed seeing that. It was just, I was pumped. I remember begging my mom to give me money so I can go get a Reyes t-shirt made. And it didn't happen because he obviously didn't stick with the team, but that's okay. Dwight Freeney of the Indianapolis Colts. Right now he's a free agent. I'm hoping the Broncos sign him. It's just something that I want. I just enjoyed watching the Colts. I'm a Broncos fan, diehard fan, obviously. That's a big known fact. But I also like the Colts. So when Peyton Manning came over, I was ecstatic. I was pumped. I was just like drinking beers because I was so happy. But Dwight Freeney is another guy that I really enjoyed watching. I loved his style of play. I loved his hard work, his drive, his passion, his grit. I loved it. I loved it for the Colts. That's why I want the Broncos to go after him. Go hard. I feel like I'm in curling. Like, hurry hard. Like, go quick. I don't want to wait any longer. Get Freeney in a Broncos uniform. Pretty please. Please. John Elway, do this for me. I'm a fan. Please. And the last guy, Wes Welker. They got him. Just like the whole Steve Nash. How does Wes Welker go from the Patriots to the Broncos? It made no sense to me, like, for it to ever happen. So, I mean, when he was a free agent, I knew he wasn't going back to the Patriots at all. But not once did it cross my mind that he'd go with the Broncos. Not at all. Did I think it'd be a perfect fit? Yes, because Peyton Manning loves his short drop passes. Wes Welker is that type of guy. He has those short little legs. It takes like 5 steps. Manning, boom, 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 touchdown! That's the thing. Welker in a Broncos uniform would have been spectacular. I didn't think it was going to happen. When it was announced that they were talking, I had my face glued to the laptop. I'm sitting there the whole time, just refreshing, because I thought it was bullshit. I had no, how was I supposed to believe that? But it happened. 2 years, and I know there's going to be a Super Bowl. I predict them being the Super Bowl winners this year. In one of these 2 years, they're going to win a Super Bowl because that's what Peyton was missing last year. With Demaryius Thomas and Eric Decker for Manning, good wide receivers, they're waiting for like 15-yard passes and 20-yard passes. But when they got to the playoffs, it was a short game for Peyton Manning, which really pissed me the hell off. God damn it, it did. But with Welker doing short pass, it adds everything back to it. It's perfect. The combination is perfect for Peyton Manning. Welker, welcome to the Broncos. So there you have it. Baseball, Vladdy Guerrero, CC Sabathia, and my player that made it on, Raymond Johnson. Hockey, Scott Hartnell, Owen Nolan, my player that made it on, Paul Kariya. The NBA, Chris Paul, Vince Carter, and the guy that got on there. For the Lakers, Steve Nash. And for football, Dwight Freeney, Jerry Rice, sort of on there. And Wes Welker. But that's it for today's episode. I'm going to go off. I'm going to probably watch Little Giants first, then the Mighty Ducks trilogy, and then A Bug's Life. Because it's kids, I got to add in a bit cartoons. I'm feeling sick, so I want to get under the blankies. But that's it again from my brain, my heart. Sports Talk with Mike. Let's see if Tiger Woods is disqualified. Will they do that? If they ding this 14-year-old for slow play, the rules state he should be disqualified. But will he?